Hello and welcome to a video where I'm going to be showing you how to turn almost any vehicle off of GTA 5 mods or any other website into a resource for FiveM. So today I have a Toyota Camry 2016 to do this tutorial on. And this method works for almost any vehicle, although I've had a couple experiences where one hasn't worked. For example, this Toyota Camry 2016 comes as a DLC.rpf file. There's no way you can get the files that you need out of this by hand. So what you have to do is get the RPF. If it is an RPF, you need to extract it out somewhere. We'll just do my desktop. And then you also need to have Open4. So what we're just going to do is just drag, actually I got to turn edit mode. We're just going to drag this DLC RPF file into, well, I have a temp folder because this is exactly why I use this stuff. So I'll just drag it in there. And we have access to that DLC RPF file. So we're going to open it up, and we're going to go and through these files, and I'm going to show you which ones you need to make it into a resource. Now, first of all, I would highly recommend you go into wherever you're making your resource, and you would create a resource. So I'm just going to call it Camry, just to make it simple. We're going to open that. To create the resource, you need to do create a new folder called stream, all lowercase like that, and then create one called data, all lowercase. We'll worry about the actual resource file in a second, but you're going to want to have these prepared, so a resource name, and then data and stream. So first we're going to go into data, and you can see here, this could vary vehicle to vehicle, but there's going to be a list of meta files somewhere under data in DLC RPF. So the ones that we're going to need, the ones that FiveM needs, is the vehicles meta, handling, car variations, and car calls. These are the four that we're going to need. Some of your vehicles may not have may not have a handling, or a few of these files may not exist, or none at all, but I highly doubt that. So these four, or however many of these files that you have, go straight into the data folder. So they should be in here and look like that. Next, you're going to want to back out and go to 64, data. Oh, that's the wrong folder, sorry, vehicles RPF. And then it should have files like a YFT, YTD, you should have these files. It may be called something else, but you're going to want these. And these go into your stream folder. And then you can close it. So right now, in our stream folder, we have the YFT, YTD, and YFT high. This is essentially just the vehicle files for the model and textures. The data files, this is how it actually puts together the vehicle and whatnot. I may make another video explaining how to edit these and whatnot, but that's for another day. Your vehicle may come with the data files and the texture and model files exposed already. It may not be in an RPF form, which in that case you just do the exact same thing I just did, but with your files that are in the raw file. So now what we need to do to actually completely turn this into a resource is we need to back out, and I already have a couple examples. We're just going to take this Resource Lua as an example. If you don't already have a Resource Lua somewhere, I will show you how to make one real quick. Let me just verify something. Yes. So to create a Resource Lua, if you don't already have an example one or something like that, just do right-click, New, Text Document, and then call it __ resource.lua. Make sure it's a .lua file. Once you've done that, open it up with Notepad. And I already have a template set out here because this is always what I use. But we'll just clear these out for now, for just, for my own use. So don't worry about this resource manifest version. This is kind of just something I do for compatibility reasons. Aside from that, if you're starting out with a fresh template, you just want to write down files, space, and then opening curly bracket, and then don't worry about the closing one right now. You're gonna push enter, and you're gonna push tab to add a space. You'll need to add add a single thing here. And then if I believe correctly, it would be let me just make sure. Yeah, so you would do apostrophe, data, because that's the folder, so data / and then the meta files. So you may have any amount of meta files. For example, I have a car calls, car variations, handling.meta, and vehicles.meta. So I'm going to need to write down data / car calls.meta. Like that. Gonna need to do another one for car variations. Car variations.meta. You're going to need to do another one for handling, data/handling.meta, and then one more for vehicles.meta. Okay, and then what you're going to do is if there's multiple, you're going to add a comma for the ones that come before the last one, so just like this. And then what you're going to need to do is a space below, 2 spaces below the closing curly bracket. Make sure you add one, by the way. You're going to do data_file, and then another apostrophe. You're going to type in full caps. For example, we have carcoals.meta. We're going to do carcoals_file. Add a space, and then we're going to do the same directory like that and close it. So yours should look like this. So it should be apostrophe, all uppercase the file name without the extension, _file, apostrophe, space, apostrophe, data/carcoals.meta, apostrophe. So just like this one. And you're going to have to do that for all of them. So I'm actually just going to copy paste 4. I'm going to just copy paste this into each one. So I have a base for this. Also, don't worry about this client script thing. That's just something else I do. It's not required in any way. And then we have to rename this. So carvariations.meta. So it's going to be carvariations_file. This is handling.meta. So we're going to do handling_file. And then vehicles.meta, vehicles_file. And just like that, that is exactly how you create a resource. So /C or S, my bad, to save it. And then to load the resource, if you don't already know, I'll just briefly brush over it. Go to your server config file. I want to keep that open. Scroll, and then whatever you called your resource, which mine is Camry, will just use start space and then the resource name. So Camry. And just like that, that's how you create and load a resource onto your server from an RPF file or from a vehicle that's not already a resource. So it's fairly simple. If you have any questions, just leave it in the comments. Any issues you may be having or questions, obviously, like I said, leave it in comments. That should be it, though. Keep in mind, if you try to load a resource onto a server and it says it can't find the resource, go back, make sure that you made that Resource Lua file inside the folder. If it still doesn't work, that vehicle, unfortunately, will not work with FiveM. It's just an issue that happens sometimes. There's a couple bug fixes you can do, but I'm not discussing them. That should be it, though. So I hope this helped, and I'll hope to see you in the next video.